All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and we have Season 16, the Witch Queen launch. The artifact is the Synaptic Spear. We're going to go through all of the mods. You don't have to unlock them in any certain order because you will be able to unlock them all, so keep that in mind. Unlock them whichever ones you please, but we're going to go through the ones that are pretty crazy and pretty interesting. We got Anti-Barrier Scout Rifle, Overload Rounds. This was bugged currently, so keep that in mind. I would recommend not wasting an unlock on that immediately. Unstoppable Hand Cannon. Piercing bowstrings. We got anti-barrier bows. Then we've got unstoppable pulse rifles. Hand cannon targeting is nice to have that. Melee Wellmaker. Psionic Forging, which is a new one that we've never seen before. Increase the duration of the Psycho Hack origin trait and the effect of the Suros Synergy origin trait. I have to look into exactly what those do and how powerful that is. I unlocked it just because I was curious. Rocket Launcher Scavenger. We already know what that does. Glaive Dexterity, pretty simple. Glaive Scavenger, pretty simple. This one is really sick, though. Thermo Shock Plating actually gives you an increase of reduction to solar and arc damage. So currently on every chest piece, you have one respective affinity, solar, arc, void, or stasis, and you can resist only that one affinity. So you have to swap your chest based on whatever activity you're doing. But now with this mod, you could actually have both of these on here. And what you could end up doing is just having like a void chest piece on with the resist, and then you could have solar arc and void on, which would be really fire, and I would highly recommend that. That would be a pretty strong build for resisting whatever damage is thrown at you in challenging PvE activities. Auto rifle loader, Font of Might is pretty cool. This has always been a really strong mod, so I would definitely recommend that one. And then we got Psionic Forging 2, which is comparable to this one. This one buffs the land tank origin trait, Hawkeye breach ornaments. Again, with time we'll figure out which one of these is the best for certain builds. Unstoppable Glaive, which is pretty cool. Probably be one of the best unstoppable options this season. Lucent Finisher, probably going to be one of the strongest mods. Defeating Lucent Hive, Lightbearer, or Champion with your finisher spawns heavy ammo for you and your allies. That's basically Aeons, but in a mod. So that's really, really, really strong. Most people will be using this regularly because getting a ton of power ammo from hitting finishers on the Lucent Hive and Champions is just going to be disgustingly good. Suppressing Glaive is actually really good. We've been using this today. Damaging combatants with your Glaive suppresses them, and often that effect causes them to not fight you as well, and you can easily run through much more challenging enemies because of that. So I would highly recommend to unlock that and use that. Overload Grenades, we've seen this before. Use your grenade to disrupt combatants, overload combatants. Inferno Whip, we've seen this before. Solar melee against unstoppables. Suppression Mastery, we have suppression effects you create have increased duration. We have Devouring Depths. Casting your Void Super while you are critically wounded or benefiting from Devoured increases your damage with that super. Now, I would like to test this out and see how much this actually buffs your super, because if it buffs it significantly, it could be really good for certain builds. We'll see it with that. Volatile Flow, picking up a Void Elemental Well grants your Void weapons volatile rounds. That sounds actually really crazy. If your weapons were to shoot rounds that made enemies volatile, that would actually be really strong. It only is a 2 energy mod though, so we'll see how strong that is, how many rounds it loads it with, etc. Energy Vampirism. We've got gain energy for your least charged ability when you suppress a target. That seems interesting. We'll see how that applies. And this one's probably the craziest one of them all. We'll see how it works and see what it stacks with. Suppressive Darkness. Whenever you suppress a combatant, you also weaken them, causing them to take additional damage for a short time. So this will be a pretty fire mod from this season. So overall, I think that one, Suppressive Darkness, Lucent Finisher, is certainly going to be crazy. Unstoppable Glaive. Several of these have a ton of really crazy potential. Suppressive Glaive being a really good one as well, like I mentioned some. That's the artifact for Season 16. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. Smash the like button. See you in the next one. Later.